So if the listener gets used to it, it loses that point of surprise, that point of, oh, this is so quirky and this is so weird. Because I remember listening to the librarians for the first time, and listening how libraries are dangerous places and the librarians will eat your face and things like that, and I was like, wow, that is hardcore, that is bad. And then by the episode I mean right now, every time they say something like, uh there was a plane and the pilot has psychic powers and it's trying to conquer the planet and all that, and I'm just like, okay, another day in night build, another day in night build is not weird. I mean, it is weird, but I'm used to it. At some point, probably I will try. I will try and contact Nibel on Twitter to see if I can listen to their podcast while playing this game, because it has a lot of walking and it has a lot of going back and forth. So it would be a nice thing to do. It would be a nice way to get rid of the silences of the game, to be able to listen to Nibel while playing. Because you can listen to music when you are on the safe houses, when you are on the resting room, but you cannot listen to music anywhere else on the game. And I don't really feel like playing music right now because, copyright and all that. But Nibel, it would be nice to catch up with Nibel while playing this game. Keep getting distracted with talking. I really should sleep before it hits 7 a.m. Summers, please close the stream and go to sleep. I know that as a streamer I should probably tell you to stay, but no, please go to sleep. Keeping it open to give you the view. Oh, thank you, but please go to sleep. Nibel will be good for this game. Nibel would be amazing for this game, just because of how weird is everything in this game. It would be not really bad to listen to things on Nibel, because it would be like, okay, I feel right at home with this. And thank you for coming to the stream and keeping me company for an hour. It's been really nice to talk to you, but please get some rest. Have a good rest of your stream. Have a good rest of your day too. Thank you. I will try to. Have a good. I was going to say have a good night, but it's not really night. But sleep well and get some rest, and I will see you around. And back to the forest we go. I don't want to go to the forest, but I have to. At least it's only for just one fucking mission. Then I can get rid of the sea lights to the forest. I just remembered that I didn't put a zipline from the final zipline to the forest distro center. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I will have to go. I will have to walk down the mountain with the cargo, and it will probably break. I also need to repair the cargo at some point. Shit. Please, that one. Please, that one. There, thank you. Didn't want to go to the distro center, I wanted to go to the forest. It's interesting too that I do remember where most of the BT areas are, because I played a lot of this game. I played way too much of this game. And I don't really have to check on the map where the BTs are going to be, because I do remember. there's a lot of things about Death Stranding that are really well designed. I'm doing the fucking review while I play again. But yeah, there's a lot of things about Death Stranding that are really well designed that I really like a lot. For example, the graphics. I'm not a graphics person, but I have to admit that the graphics on this game are astonishing. And I really like the simulation of the weight of the cargo, etc., the center of gravity. And a thing that a lot of people don't notice ever while carrying the cargo is that if you look down, the circle on Sam's feet is his center of gravity. For example, my center of gravity right now is misaligned because the gun is on the tool rack, but if I put the assault rifle on the backpack, the center of gravity should be aligned now. No, it is not. Apparently there is something throwing off my center of gravity. And I don't really know what it is. But yeah, there is something throwing off my center of gravity right now. And it's that circle in there is Sam's center of gravity. And it's a detail that a lot of people don't notice, but it's really fucking important. And once you notice it, it is way... Oh, the wind. The wind is throwing off my center of gravity. Because the wind is throwing my center of gravity to the right. I didn't notice that. I was already on the windy area. But yeah, the wind simulation, the rain, climbing, having to keep your balance, all that is fucking amazing. It's really well designed. Again, there's a lot of things I love about this game, but there's also a lot of things that are infuriating, to call them something, because it's really nice, really little details that will make the game way nicer, and that it feels like they didn't pay attention to it at all. Are you feeling the Yeah, the canteen is filling up with the rain. I knew it could fill up with the river water, but I didn't know that the rain also fills the canteen. And probably the definitive experience of this game is actually not playing it on PlayStation, is probably playing it on PC. Because it has better graphics, it has better performance, it has more updates, etc, etc, etc. But the main thing about playing on PC is not all that. Is that the fans of the game will fix things that Kojima Productions are not fixing. That's my main reason to think that the PC version will be better than the PlayStation 4 version. The fact that they have mods and that the fans can fix things that the developers will not. I'm not saying that the developers are not doing a good job. They did an amazing job. They changed a lot of things compared to how this game was on release. It's not a completely different game, but it's different enough to be more enjoyable. It's significantly different, but at the same time, there are some other things that I would love to see change. There are some things that I'm not going to see change, of course, like for example the interaction with the shelters and the fact that no one gets out of the fucking shelter to give you the star, even though they super appreciate you, and it's not going out of the shelter, it's just coming to the fucking door of the shelter. I'm not asking them to go out of the shelter or to come have a walk with me. No, I'm asking them to just open the fucking door and give it to Sam in person. It's not that difficult, especially if you have the max affection with that person. If your affection with that character is maxed out, I will appreciate it a lot if they could just out of the shelter for 5 seconds and give me the package in person. And it's a cutscene that I don't expect them to make at all, because we are already way past the point of adding new cutscenes. Like, for example, I don't expect them to improve the way the story is told.
Hey, thanks for coming. Hard to believe one man can carry so much.
I know that I will never see that change. But at the same time, it kind of hurts that I see the worst part, and I've said this plenty of fucking times, and I will keep saying it. The worst part for me about Death Stranding is that I see the potential it could have and how it is wasted. What it hurts me the most about games, I've put 145 hours into this game. What it hurts me the most about games is seeing the potential it has. And seeing, because I see potential in a lot of games. And I'm realist about it. I know that a lot of games will have potential, but they don't have the resources. Kojima Production had potential and it had the resources, and they wasted it. For me, Death Stranding is a good game when it could have been a fucking amazing game. And there is a huge difference between being a good game and being an amazing game. And that is the part that hurts the most. Seeing the potential it could have, well, the potential it has and how they didn't use it. Because it's not just the potential, it's that they had the potential and the resources. Because I see a lot of potential, for example, on indie games. But I know they don't have the resources, and I really hope that some of them get the resources. Like, for example, I hope that some of them get noticed by Nintendo. I hope that some of them get noticed by Sony or Microsoft, and they get the resources they deserve. Because it's a really nice indie game, and I see a lot of potential in that game. But a first-party game that then becomes a pseudo first-party game, because Death Stranding they keep saying that they are an indie game. They are not really indie. You cannot call yourself indie when you have been a first-party partner for most of your career, and now you're developing a game with the resources that Sony gave you. You cannot call yourself indie. Indie is a complete... Being indie and being independent are two different things. And I hate that I'm seeing so much potential in this game, and they use like 50% of it. Because they had the potential, and they had the resources, and they had a great team. I know they had a rough start because they had to look for an office, and they were just out of Konami, etc, etc, etc. I'm not taking that from them. Okay, credit where credit's due. I'm not taking that from them. But what I'm taking from them is the credit of, dude, you had the backup of Sony, the money of Sony. You had an engine made by other people, because they didn't make their own engine. They took the engine of Guerrilla. So they cut some corners, and they still didn't use the whole potential they had. That is what hurts me most about Death Stranding. I wonder if I can ever do a 7-hour review like the one I saw on YouTube. I don't know. How can you make a 7-hour review of a game? I mean, I could have a 7-hour conversation with friends about a game, but doing a 7-hour review and being on point all the time, like not rambling, it sounds like a way too difficult task for me to accomplish. I don't know if I could do that. I barely can have a conversation without rambling or changing the topic to something else. So I cannot imagine doing a review that long and trying to stay on topic.